Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam MCO 2.0 to my panels, Prof. Dr. Zawati and Dr. AZAM. I am KHALIESAH binti Miskam and today I am going to present about my PSN project, which is the effect of Citronella oil in polyvinyl alcohol for fly repellent. Musca domestica is a housefly. It is closely linked to humans and environments and found in all places. It can transmit pathogens, cow food contaminated, and foodborne disease transferred. It is a carrier of 65 intestinal and animal illnesses and cause development of infections. Pathogens in the housefly can lead to food poisoning and other disease. It also can spread eye disease like trachoma and causes skin injuries. Currently, insecticide is mainly used to control the insect pest. DEET is the most active ingredient in the insecticide. It can expose to health risk and it is not advisable for children under 2 and pregnant women. Environmentally, it is damaging and can affect the health of humans and animals and also can lead to skin irritation. Polyvinyl alcohol is a water-soluble synthetic polymer, easy to prepare, good biodegradability, excellent chemical resistance, and good mechanical properties. It has high elasticity, high tensile, flexible and hydrophilic, and is able to shape good films with a casting solution. Lemongrass, also known as Cymbopagus citratus, is a non-poisonous mode of action biopesticide. It is a better alternative to synthetic chemicals to control housefly. It is biodegradable, species-specific, no side effect to non-organisms, humans and environment. It is safer and eco-friendly insecticide to use. Problems stated in this project: although PVA film has an excellent mechanical properties, there is no reported insecticide activity of Citronella oil in polyvinyl alcohol. Mechanical properties of PVA can be improved by mixing or blending with other polymers. PVA mixed with Citronella oil is an effective way to control housefly. Now, I am going to tell you about the objective of this project. First is to investigate the effect of Citronella oil concentration on mechanical properties of the PVA-CO films. Second, to evaluate the effectiveness of PVA films as fly repellent. The scope of this project is, first, to investigate the effect of Citronella oil concentration on mechanical properties in the PVA-CO films. Second, concentration of Citronella oil will be manipulated from 1 to 5%. Mixing process will be used to produce PVA-CO film. Tensile strength, modulus of elasticity, elongation egg break, and dynamic mechanical analysis will be evaluated to determine the mechanical properties of PVA-CO films. Then, repellency testing will be used to evaluate the effectiveness of Citronella oil in the polyvinyl alcohol. Some literature review have been done for this project. First is the efficacy of herbal insecticide against housefly. 20 essential oils were tested against housefly. The rate of the death increased when the concentration is increased. This study reveals that Cymbopagus citratus, which is lemongrass, had the highest repellency and death against housefly. Second is the property of polyvinyl alcohol and ZMO. The application of ZMO to the film have increased the solubility but small decrease in swelling and moisture absorption. It decreased the tensile strength and elastic modulus but increase in break elongation. For the properties of polyvinyl lignin blend film, percentage of lignin increase, the tensile strength and elastic modulus increase but elongation at break decrease. I am going to explain about the methodology used in this project. First is material preparation, mixing process, and casting process. After that, the film will go through the quality check. If the film is okay, and the film characterization, repellency, and motility test will be conducted. The data will be written in the report. Okay, for the material preparation, housefly were collected from the waste disposal site using an automatic electric fly trap device. And then material used is Citronella oil, distilled water, PVA powder, polyethylene glycol will be purchased and kept at the room temperature. For PVA and PVA-CO foam preparation, 5 grams of PVA powder will be dissolved in 100 ml of heated distilled water, and then 1.5 of polyethylene glycol was added. Mix them for 3 minutes at 12,000 RPM. For PVA-CO foam, the same step will be used, but different doses of citronella oil will be added. And then 10 ml of the mixture will be cast on the petri dish and let it dry completely under ambient temperature. Clinical test, tensile test, water absorption and solubility, and moisture absorption tests were conducted. For tensile test, it was performed by using a universal instrument tensile test machine according to ASTM D882 method. For water absorption and solubility, it is according to ASTM standard G57098. The foam samples dried under oven and then will be soaked in distilled water. For the water solubility, from the water absorption test, the sample will be heated in the vacuum and the temperature will be weighed. For the moisture absorption, the foam sample will dry in a vacuum oven and then the initial weight will be weighed. And then the foam sample will placed in desiccator at 37 degree and 100% relative humidity for 7 days, and the final weight will be weighed. Repellency and motility tests also conducted in this experiment. For the repellency test, 5, 10, 30 and 60 minutes housefly was tracked, and the number of houseflies entered the second chamber were referred as repelled flies. For the motility test, data was collected at 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes and 2 hours of the treatment. The housefly is referred as dead flies when it could not rise when it was probed with forceps. And now, we will go through the result and discussion of the tensile strength. For the PVA pure films, the tensile strength is 13.14 megapascal, young modulus is 15.775 megapascal, and the elongation at break is 185.57%. The addition of CO from 1 to 5% led to a decrease in tensile strength and young modulus, but increase in the elongation at break. This is because the bond between the hydrogen and monomer group hydroxy was commonly stabilized in PVA films. The reduction of tensile strength of the film is due to the addition of CO and was probably related to the development of intermolecular hydrogen interaction between the function of PVA and CO component groups. The original hydrogen bonds in PVA films could then be replaced by new hydrogen bonds in the CO, and that could stabilize the film matrix. The addition of CO in the film reduced the film structure and making it less rigid. Now we will go through to the water test for the pure PVA film. It shows that 170.92% for water absorption, 23.84% for water solubility, and 89.72% for moisture absorption. Inclusion of CO from 1 to 5 ml in the PVA film led to a significant decrease in water solubility but decrease in water and moisture absorption. Even though the water solubility increased, but the PVA film sample kept their integrity, which is not dissolved after 24 hours in the water. This indicates that PVA matrix remained undamaged and only PVA monomers and other non-bending material were dissolved. The repellency test can be seen in the graph. For the pure PVA film, there is no housefly repelled for the first 30 minutes, but there is 4% of the repellency in 60 minutes. And then the number of houseflies kept increasing as dose and time increased until the PVA mixed with 4 ml of CO, which was the highest rate with 96%. However, the number of housefly repelled showed the reduction at PVA mixed with 5 ml CO at 30 minutes, which is 64%. The decrease in number of repellency are because the houseflies showed the most aggressive behavior in the 5 minutes. After that, the movement was getting slow because the high percent of toxicity of citronella oil have intoxicated in their body. They could not travel from the first chamber to the second chamber one. The tendency to climb the wall was felt as they were out of control. For the motility test can be seen in the graph. There is no motility detected for 1.5 hours of the test. After 2 hours, the motility increased to 4%. And then the number of deaths increase as the doses and time increase. The highest mortality can be seen in the PVA with 5 ml CO, which were 8% of deaths after 30 minutes and followed by 20% after 1 hour, and then up to 40% in 1.5 hours, and then the number becomes 60% in 2 hours exposure, and it was the highest percent of mortality. From both repellency and mortality tests, we can see that as the doses and time increase, the repellency and mortality increase. Sustainability. Sustainability focuses on meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their needs. Firstly is social, which is good working condition and product safety. Secondly is economical, which can create job and generate sales and profits. And third is the environmental, which is can minimize waste and minimize hazardous substances. To conclude this project, in comparison to pure films of PVA, the PVA CO film showed a reduction of tensile strength and young modulus, but increased the elongation at break of the films. The addition of CO also increased in water solubility and reduced in water absorption and moisture absorption. Incorporation of CO in the PVA films increased the repellency test. As the volume of CO increased, the total number of housefly increased. However, the result for PVA mixed with 4 ml of CO was the highest, which is 96% compared to PVA mixed with 5 ml of CO, which is 84%. The mortality test grew up when the volume of CO in the PVA solution and time were added. The highest mortality rate was at PVA mixed with 5 ml CO after 2 hours. Okay guys, that's all for my PSM presentation. Thank you for spending your time to watch my video.